Hi guys, it's Ellen and today I have a new scrapbooking layout to share with you. So I wanted to work with my Just a Little Lovely collection from Pink Fresh Studio, and I don't have much of it left, but I had tons of these little phrase stickers and I wanted to do something to create sort of an embellishment with them. So I put them onto some white card and weaved them into each other. I then cut them out and sewed randomly across some of the lines, and it created these cool little like lattice effect embellishments. So I thought they would look quite nice behind my photo. So I wanted to add some interest to my background, so I've taken the colours that are in those stickers, so pink, yellow and a little bit of green and a bit of orange as well, and I've used matching distress inks. And to add the colour, I've just smushed the ink onto a piece of plastic, just a piece of packaging, spritzed it with water, and then transferred that colour onto the page. And I love this effect. I could do this all day. I love it. To help the colours blend together, I added gesso to my page before I did any of this as well. And yeah, I do this a couple of times, dry it in between layers and until I'm happy with how it's looking. I then wanted to add some splatters, so I've done splatters in yellow, orange and pink. I then dried that off and also add splatters in green as well, and it's sort of a lime green. So I wanted to make sure I dried the page before I added that, just so it didn't create a horrible colour on my page. And yeah, I really like the effect of this. So once that's all dry, I've laid my photo and my phrase weaved pieces back on top to see how it's looking, and I thought I'd add a bit more interest to the background. So I've taken this like a hash stamp, and I've used the same distress colours that I've used with the packaging technique and stamped that in random areas across the page. I'm then going to stick down my weaved phrases, and yes, they sort of border my photo. My photo is of my brother and his girlfriend. We went to Tenerife in February, and this was just one of the photos that I took from our holiday. I really like it because Holly's mid-laugh at Tom's wine glass filled with beer. It was really weird that it was served that way. So yeah, it's just a cute photo and the sun shining through. It was a complete accident, but yeah, I was pretty proud of this photo. So I've backed that onto white card because there's obviously the white page. I wanted to tie that in. I then wanted some more interest on the corners without the lattice things. So I've taken a piece of pattern paper, and it's yellow, orange and green, and they match the colours that I've used really well. And I've ripped two of the corners of my photos, added some cheesecloth to go in between the background paper and the pattern paper, and then I'm adding that pattern paper on top, underneath, sorry. It just adds another bit of interest to my background because it was just a bit bare in those corners, and I wanted to tie in a little bit more of that green because I don't really have a lot of it on the background. I then backed my photo with the same pattern paper as well. I've also added some foam tape so it gives it some interesting dimension, and I also added some of that cheesecloth to the top and bottom of my photo as well. I'm then going to take my page and sew through where the two papers meet, and also around the entire page because I had sewing on the phrases that I weaved together, so I wanted to tie that in a bit more, and it also keeps everything more sturdy. I just used a light pink thread, so it's not really in your face, it's sort of subtle but you can still see it. For my title, I decided to just go for joyful because that's how they look in this photo, and the pink matched the colours that I've used. And then I'm just going through the remainder of my Pink Fresh Studio Just a Little Lovely collection, which, as you can see, is not a lot left now. And I'm just going to embellish around my photo. I've added a frame that I cut and added in 2 different places. I've added a phrase, and yeah, just picking things that match the colours. I also used 2 of these puffy arrows pointing to the photo because they match the colours as well. And yeah, I'm just going to finish embellishing my page. So I added a few more things around my photo, and then I'm sticking that down right in the center of the page, and that's my page all finished. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you very much for being here. Bye guys!